Hi everyone, welcome to Training with Kayce, where we explore animal training and living our best lives with animals. I'm Joseph Laughlin, producer of this podcast, and now, here's your host, Kayce Covert. Let's get started.
Hi, it's Kayce Covert, and I'm your host for Training with Kayce. And today, let's talk about job descriptions. Teaching. Are you a trainer? What is a trainer? Isn't a trainer a teacher of animals? Doesn't a teacher explain things so that you can learn what you need to know to be successful? At least that's the idea, right? As a trainer, are you happy with the tools you have to explain things to your animal? Or do you find yourself correcting the animal when it does what you don't like? In other words, are you able to explain what you want to the animal before you even start working so that the animal has a chance to work with you without error? Or do you have to use leash pressure, collar corrections, electric collar stimulation, or even luring? Because think about it, is luring explaining to the animal, or is it just leading the animal who's trying to follow food and not necessarily thinking that you're trying to explain something to it? So is that a problem? Well, I have followed people all over the place, usually for seminars, right? And people will come and drive me or let me follow them to the new location. And sometimes I've been in a particular location many, many times, and you know what? I'm never confident in how to get there until I sit down with the directions and learn how to get there. The following food or following another car is not the same thing as getting an explanation of what we're going to do. So, think about it for a minute. If you wanted to change that, do you have a way? Can you explain everything to the animal, not by waiting for it to happen to do something, not by giving it the feeling that they should run around and try various different behaviors until they find something you like, but rather because you simply explain it to them ahead of time and they understand, and then they can just walk right through that behavior for you. So, as far as I know, SATS is the only technique where you can do that. So here's what we do in SATS. We teach all the little concepts, all the little actions, and we give them names. They become like little building blocks, and we can then assemble these building blocks into more complex behaviors. So I'll give you an example. If you want to do a high jump is a target where the animal comes and makes contact with the target, and then you raise the target, and the animal has to jump up to touch that same target. Well, a target pole does allow you to describe to the animal exactly what you want. Now, that's not free shaping, that is target training, and it's much more efficient. Now, let me tell you what you can do to just turbocharge that process, and that is add mental mapping and concepts. So what we do is we name target, and we name jump, and we might even name the distance, and we might say, can you jump 15 feet to that target up there? And the animal can look at it and come out and just do it. If they have the fitness, you don't have to go through step after step after step after step to raise the height of the target. Let me tell you what else you can do. You can name the flukes of the dolphin. And then you can say, hey, Ace, I know you can hit this high jump with your rostrum, but can you hit it with your flukes? Now, knowing dolphins, they're going to go, in fact, I know they'll do this because I have done this exact thing. And they're going to go, silly woman, we don't want to hit it with our flukes. And I'll say, oh, I understand, yeah, it's too difficult. And they'll say, silly woman, your silly idea is not too difficult. And thus it starts. They can't stand a good challenge. And they will work and work and work to be able to do that. And when I was at Mystic Marine Life Aquarium, our dolphins were able to jump 23 feet for a high jump, but 17 feet for a fluke jump, right? So they jump up there and switch ends and bat the high jump with their tail. So let's take another one. Does your animal know left versus right? Does he know his body parts? Can you ask for the left eye? Can you ask for the left ear, the left shoulder, the right ear, the right eye, both eyes, both ears? Can you ask for the right shoulder and the right hip? And can your animal seamlessly move those two body parts towards you on request? I'll tell you how fast it is. I have trained quite a number of camels and giraffes, of all things, to do exactly this, so I could ask them to come to the side of their enclosure so we could look at their sides. Take a good look. Maybe, you might want to do it for giving a vaccine or just doing an exam. And it literally took about 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Now there's an art to it, okay? And we'll talk about that more in touchback targeting. That is a great skill to have in your tool chest. But even without touchback targeting, you can name the hips, name the shoulders, and then ask the animal for both at once. And you can move that animal laterally, so kind of like this, sideways, right towards you. We can also teach away in a matter of a couple of minutes, using those same tools, but in a different way. All right, so why have a job description? It's more efficient. It's more fair. It's more fun. It's faster. It's less dangerous. The animal's not going to move in the wrong direction, not understanding what you want to do. Think about it from your own perspective. Have you ever gone on a job where nobody told you what you needed to do the job successfully? Where they didn't tell you where to get your uniforms, how to wear them, who to check in with, and what you were supposed to do? Inconceivable. And yet we do it to animals all the time. Just think of how much it might transform your relationship with the animal to systematically give the animal a job description before you start your work. Okay, thanks for joining me. Have a great evening. See you next time.
Hey fans, are you enjoying Training with Kayce? Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts from. Also, don't forget to subscribe to Kayce Covert on YouTube. That is youtube.com/C/Kayce Covert. Also, give the podcast a like, share, and comment. Thanks for joining us. Come back for more news and views on animal training and living with animals. Stay at the top of the pack with Kayce. This is Joseph Laughlin, producer of Training with Kayce. See you next time.